So these guys get a bit of a bad rap as well. Hello, collective thoughts and ideas and beliefs. But it was interesting that this was one of the energies that wanted to come through as well, because I've never connected to the Anunnaki. And I have been trying to connect to these energies without holding any stories, ideas, beliefs, expectations to what they are, who they are, collectively, what we think of, what I think of, whatever. I just let it come through. And this one was really interesting because, okay, again, I'm going to try and explain this with words. It's so hard when it's feeling, and the feeling that's only sort of translated into thoughts that I can think of. So the way they came through wasn't like as a person, wasn't just as an energy, but it was an understanding and knowing of a being that was genderless. Not that it was both genders or that it had combined them both and become one. It was just genderless. It was something that, I don't even know how to explain this. It was like, it wasn't a requirement that the being had was to have a gender, if that makes sense. Then on top of that, it was also like, it wasn't a person. It was an energy field, but not so much in a felt energy like other collectives and things we connect to. So this image here is more of me translating the feeling and the thoughts and the reaction and response to what I believe I was receiving or feeling, because it was like an air of a mix of many other different energies. So we're thinking Egyptian times, that type of energy, as well as the Greek gods and their whole sort of collective energy, mixed with, though, futuristic and things that we don't understand yet, and things that we don't know, and things that we can't even explain because it's not even within our realm of knowing or understanding that we can speak of. So and how do you explain that? It's like this unknowing type energy, but this is sort of like a representation of what I felt they would sort of look like. And if you believe that, they're responsible for creating human life or whatever it is, one of the things I was trying to sort of feel into was, well, what's the point? And what I heard and what I felt and what I'm interpreting this as is there is no point. All of it is purely just an experience. It's just us being in these humans, living in this, what we perceive as our 3D life is just us having an experience based on a plethora of other things that we have within us. It's our experiences, our beliefs, our emotions, whatever it is, all of that is just creating an experience. And it only becomes something where we give it judgment, whether it's good or bad or not fun or very fun, or things that we want to have, things that we don't have, things that we do have, only based on the way that we feel about things. So what I mean by that is we give meaning to everything because of that's what we are, that's what we're made up of. We give meaning and attach an emotion or a feeling to something based on who we are and what we believe in. But when we pull out of that, when we pull back from that, and when we can experience everything and just see it as a journey, that's when it starts to get easier. Because you think about anything that's uncomfortable or anything that you don't want to do or you don't like doing, it is only because of a belief or an emotion or a feeling or a memory that is pulling in that what we're perceiving as negative or unpleasant feeling towards whatever that thing is. But when we remove that, when we get out of that, when we give it no emotion or good or bad feeling or label or judgment, it's just another experience. So then by saying that, you would be thinking, well, then that's not fun at all, because what's the point? And that is true. If we remove all of that, there is no point to our existence. So our journey is kind of like our journey to that place. Our journey is a journey. Okay, this sounds really stupid now. Okay, now I just sound like I'm just making up shit. But it's like a journey of us trying to get to the place where we can start actually enjoying things, because we're not giving everything such a heavy label or a heavy feeling or a heavy emotion. Because what they said to me was, there's never a choice that you have to make that is the right choice. It's always going to be a choice that you feel most comfortable with. And the choice that you feel most comfortable with, you have to believe that that is going to be the right choice. So there is no right choice. There is no right way. There is no, oh, this one's more intuitive, or this one's better, or this one's worse, or that was a bad choice, or that was a bad decision. It's a choice that we make in the moment. And if we believe that that choice is going to give us the outcome that we want, and we hold that until that comes to fruition, then that becomes our truth. The problem is we make decisions and we make these choices now in the moment, believing that this is the right choice. But when we don't see the results, when we don't see those things happen in the way that we thought they would happen, because we made that choice, that's when we start giving up on that decision. And that's when we start looking for another reason. That's when we start looking for another choice to make, another direction, another way to go. I mean, you could call us just these impatient people, but, and I'm talking about myself now, so I know a lot about that, but it's like the same as looking at them as this genderless. They don't have this duality. They don't have this balance. They don't have this here to there type energy. It's just a energy, and us working towards being in just one energy, which is what we would see as our balancing of our own duality in whatever way you want to look at it, that then is what gives us that power to see that everything that we're doing, everything that we're experiencing, everything that we're deciding on is perfectly right. But we have to believe in it. We have to know and be in that sovereign state of ourselves, of this is the right choice and this is going to give me the results that I want. Because it will. If you believe it and you know that this is the right thing, and we know we've done this over and over and over again, it's only because we falter before the finish line. It's only because we give up, because it's taking too long, because it becomes too hard, because something else comes in the way that we stop and we think, that was the wrong choice, I'm going to try something else. And I can tell you, I know that I've done it over and over and over and over again. Like I get billions of ideas and then falter at the line because, okay, well, where's this thing I wanted? It didn't happen. It's been 5 minutes. Hurry up. So then we start again. So we just start that process again and again and again. So the secret to it all, the secret to what I feel is the benefit of being in this energy is, first of all, to understand that it is just a journey, that it is just for us to experience. And then if we get that choice to experience things, we want to experience it in a way that's going to feel the best for us. And by doing that, we need to start to detach and let go of some of those judgments, emotions, and beliefs that are making us feel like some of those situations and experiences are anything less than. Then all we need to do is stay in this powerful sovereign energy, knowing that every time we make a choice towards something that we want to feel, experience, have, or know is the right choice, and keep holding it until we can see that physical proof in our 3D reality.